Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Swami Samartha. Namaste, friends. Welcome to Dr. Kul's Vedic Astrology online tutorials. I am Dr. Shalaka Kulkarni. Curious learners who regularly follow the sessions in sequence will now know this diagram very well. These are the 4 pillars of Jyotish which we are studying one by one gradually in this basic series. In the previous sessions, we got acquainted with the names of all the 27 nakshatras along with their ruling planets and their length in degrees in the zodiac. We also covered the names of the 12 rashis or the zodiac signs along with their rulers and their extent in degrees in the zodiac. We also covered the characteristics of the 7 main planets and the 2 smoky planets, that is the Rahu and Ketu. We also covered the different groups of houses, the names of the different groups of houses, and also we learned about the special attributes of each house in the birth chart. So if you need to refresh all these previous sessions, please check out the links below in the description box. In this session, we will dive a little deeper into the classification of the 12 zodiac signs or the 12 rashis. These rashis will be classified depending upon their elemental properties, their nature, the directions which the rashis represent, and also the Varna or the class of rashis. So let's begin the session with this shloka from Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, chapter number 4, shloka number 5. Charasthira dvisvabhavaha krura krurau narastriyau pitta nila tridhatvaikya shleshmikascha kriyadayaha. So let's decode each and every word from this shloka. Maharshi Parashara says that all these signs, they are classified into these 3 qualities which the signs possess. Chara meaning moving or the one which is dynamic or changeable. Sthira meaning fixed. And Dvisvabhava meaning dual. So the rashis are first divided into the qualities which they possess. I'll return to the table later. First, we'll understand the meaning of each word. Krura kruro meaning some signs are cruel, some signs are malefic, some signs are benefic or soft. Nara striyo, nara meaning male, striyo meaning female. So let's decode this first line in the language of Jyotish. So Maharshi Parashara says that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So by now you might have memorized that all these numbers are the number for the 12 signs. So 1 is Aries, 3 is Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, we have learned this series in mathematics too. These numbers are the odd numbers. So coming back to Jyotish, these signs are all the odd signs. So Maharshi Parashara says 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are odd signs. They are the male signs and they are malefic or cruel signs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are even numbers in mathematics. Similarly, in Jyotish, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 signs, that is Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. These are the even signs also known as female signs or benefic signs or soft signs. So if you closely look into these numbers, we will observe that number 5 rashi or zodiac sign Leo, which is ruled by Sun, belong to the category of male or malefic signs. Reason being, Sun is the king of the solar system. Similarly, the moon, sign number 4, Cancer, belong to the group of even or female or benefic signs. So the kings of this Jyotish are Sun and Moon. They have been distributed one malefic sign and a benefic sign. Similarly, if we take all the rest of the planets, that is Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, these planets, they own 2 houses, 2 signs. 2 signs. So these planets, they are also evenly distributed in the malefic or benefic signs. So Mercury has a sign Gemini as a malefic or cruel sign, whereas his sign of Virgo is a benefic sign. Mars has Aries as a cruel sign or malefic sign, whereas Scorpio is a benefic sign. Venus has Libra as a male or malefic sign, whereas Taurus becomes a benefic sign. Sagittarius becomes a malefic or cruel sign, whereas Pisces becomes a benefic sign. Similarly, for Saturn, Aquarius is the cruel sign or malefic sign, and Capricorn becomes a benefic sign. So coming back to this table where I have given the distribution of the qualities of each sign. So in this first column, we have a group of rashis or group of zodiac sign. So here we have a group of 4 rashis. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. They belong to the Chara Rashi or the movable signs. So what characteristics does the movable sign have? Number 1 is their nature is dynamic. They are outgoing, they are extrovert, they love change, they accept change gracefully. So these signs, they adapt to any changes. So they are called movable or Chara Rashis. The second group is 2, 5, 8, and 11. They belong to the fixed or Sthira Rashis. Now the Sthira Rashis or fixed Rashis, their nature is to remain fixed, stable, constant. They do not like change. They like everything to be the same. So these are the qualities of the fixed Rashis. The third set of Rashis, that is 3, 6, 9, and 12, they are known as the dual signs or the Dvi-Swabhava Rashi. Dvi meaning 2, Swabhava meaning behavior or nature. So 3, 6, 9, 12, these are the signs of Mercury and Jupiter. They belong to the dual quality, or they are of dual qualities. So the characteristic of these dual signs is that they are adaptable to all the situations they undergo. They also indicate a balance between the fixed and the movable. So this way, the 4 signs in each group are distributed among these 3 qualities. Now coming to this column, we will be learning how these same groups are given different constituents. So 1, 4, 7, 10, these are the dhatu signs or mineral signs. Mineral meaning metals. 2, 5, 8, 11, they are the mula signs or the vegetable signs. Whereas 3, 6, 9, 12, they are the jiva or the animal signs. So the first line of this shloka is decoded in this format. The next line says, Pitta Pita Nila Tridhatvaikya Shleshmi Kascha Kriyadayaha. So the close look on this table shows us that the group of rashis is now changed to group of 3. So we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius as the first group, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as the second group, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius as the third group, and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as the fourth group. So in Vedic culture, the whole universe is distributed into 5 elements: Agni, Prithvi, Vayu, Jala, and Akash. That is fire, earth, air, water, and ether. So let's see how these zodiac signs are distributed. So the first signs, that is 1, 5, 9, the first series or first group, belongs to the Agni tatwa or the fire element. So fire element displays the qualities of being determined, being assertive, open-minded. So people with these signs in the first house or their moon in these signs, they will represent the qualities displayed by the fire signs. The second group, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, belongs to the Bhutattva or the earth element. So the earth sign shows the qualities of being balanced, down to earth, practical, steady. The third group of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are the Vayu signs or Vayu Tattva or the air element. So air signs shows the qualities of being very social, talkative, communicative. Whereas the last group of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, they belong to the Jala Tattva or the water element. These water signs, they are sensitive, they are emotional, they are great with creativity and imagination. So this way, all these 12 signs are distributed or classified into these 4 elements. Whereas the ether or the Akash Tattva or element is present in all these signs. The next we go to the constitution or the nature of the different signs. So in India's traditional medical system of Ayurveda, they classify human body into 3 basic nature or constitutions depending on the 5 elements, that is Agni, Bhumi, Vayu, Jala, and Akash. So depending on the combination of these elements, we have these 3 main constitutions or the nature. So first is Pitta, second is Vata, and third is Kapha. So Pitta is the combination of elements of fire and water. Vata is a combination of elements air and ether, whereas Kapha is the combination of the elements of earth and water. So let's go through the sequence. So the first series or first group of rashis, that is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, they are the Pitta rashis. They are of Pitta nature. So they show that the things that result in the transformation in the system. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn belongs to the Vata nature. So Vata shows that some things are always in and out of the system. So in a human body, the best example is of breathing. So breathing is an example of Vata nature. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius belong to the mixed tattva. That means all these three natures are in these 3 rashis. So if you are having Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in the 6th house of your birth chart, that means it is difficult to diagnose the disease. So you have to go through many tests to diagnose the disease, since they display all the three natures of Pitta, Vata, and Kapha. The 4th is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They show Kapha Prakriti or Kapha nature. So this shows things that bind in the system together. So, and they give the structure to the system. So in our body, the kapha element is present in our bones, in our muscles, in the fat. So this way, all the 12 signs are divided into these three constitutions. The next we'll study what each of this group, which directions each of this group represent. So 1, 5, 9, they belong to the east direction. These rashis, they belong to the east direction. 2, 6, 10, they belong to the south direction. 3, 7, 11, they belong to the west direction, whereas Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces belong to the north directions. Now, how are we going to use these directions in our predictions? Sometimes when we predict from where our spouse will come, so we just look at the 7th house and check out which rashi is present in the 7th house. So from that direction, it is a possibility that your spouse will be you will be getting a good match. So this way we can use directions in matchmaking. We can also use directions in finding our job. For that, we will look at the rashi in the 10th house and also the placement of different planets. And depending on that, we can assess or analyze the direction in which your job will be present. So this way, directions are used in some of the predictive part. The last will go to the class or Varna. So here the most important thing to remember is that these Varnas are not the caste system which we follow in Indian culture, but they are more related to the occupation of the person. So looking at the rashis in the birth chart, one can assess the broad nature of the person's occupation or profession. So 1, 5, 9, these rashis, they are of Kshatriya or warrior class. So bravery is the forte of the warrior class. Now these rashis are ruled by Mars, Sun, Jupiter. Here Mars and Sun are also Kshatriya planets. So these rashis belong to the Kshatriya or warrior class. The second one is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They belong to the Vaishya or the business class. So traders and businessmen, they have a knack of getting well with people. They have a knack of building good rapport with each other. So this is the forte of the trader class. Similarly, these rashis, they also display these characteristics of being a Vaishya signs. The third group of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, they belong to the Shudra class. Now, Shudras are the hard-working people. Physical labor is the forte of these hard workers. So these three signs, they belong to the Shudra class, whereas Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces belong to the Brahmin or the learned class. So in this, learning and intelligence is the forte of the learned class. So these three signs, they show people who are more inclined into learning scriptures or into research. So this way, we can use the class in predicting what type of profession the person must be doing in a broad sense. So I feel this information is enough for today.